What was the turning point that made you decide to go public about this torture program?
This program was so clearly wrong to me that I anticipated someone going public, and no one went public. So a reporter shouts a question about torture, and he turns and he says, well, if there is torture, it's because of a rogue CIA officer. And I said to my wife, Brian Ross's sources at the White House, and they're going to try to pin this on me, because they were angry that I was the only one that declined. So I called the reporter, Brian Ross, and I said, I'll give you your interview. And I decided in the days leading up to it that I was simply going to tell the truth. No matter what he asked me, I was just going to tell the truth. And that's what I did.
And what truth was that?
The truth was the CIA was torturing its prisoners. Torture was official US government policy. It was not the result of a rogue. And the policy had been personally approved by the president. Well, first of all, I should say, I have zero regrets. Somebody had to say something. Zero regrets, because I wanted to be able to sleep at night. I wanted my children to be proud of me. And I didn't want future generations to say, you know, that Kiriakou guy, he could have stopped this. And he didn't. What kind of person is that? I wanted to be on the right side of this. I knew what was right and wrong. It was clear. It was obvious. There were a lot of bad guys in very senior, important roles at the CIA. I had to counter that. And you know, I said also that these CIA people, if they thought that prison was going to cow me, was going to silence me, they didn't know me at all. So in my view, I won.
And you think it's had an impact on the way the CIA operates now?
It has absolutely, definitely had an impact. In fact, when Gina Haspel became the CIA director during the first Trump administration, we used to call her Bloody Gina because she was the godmother of the torture program. In her confirmation hearings before the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence, she said that the torture program was wrong and that she wished she had nothing to do with it. And I said, I call that a victory.
Any intelligence officer or anyone that kind of witnesses wrongdoing and they want to speak out, what advice would you give to someone?
You have to go with your conscience. The CIA likes for its officers to believe that everything in life is a shade of gray. And that's just simply not true. Some things in life are black and white, right and wrong. And deep down, we know what's right and what's wrong. So trust yourself, trust your judgment, even if you know there's going to be fallout.